Well, being a parent is hard work, but being the parent of a missing child is unimaginable. Last year alone, nearly 500,000 children were reported missing. Callahan Walsh is with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and Christine Sedlak is the Senior Director of Canon USA. So I'm interested to hear the history of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. When and why was it created?
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children was founded by my parents, in fact, when my brother Adam went missing in 1981. A few years later, they started the Adam Walsh Resource Center that became the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in their garage. They started off just a card table and a landline. This organization has grown to have over 350 employees and has helped recover over 250,000 missing children. We never stop searching for a missing child. We know families never will, and we'll never give up hope.
Yeah, it's your father. We've all watched him for years doing this, and I love the work that you guys are continuing to do. So let's start with this basic question. What's the most common reason children go missing?
Well, children go missing for a number of reasons. They could be runaways, abducted by rogue relatives, groomed or lured from the home, or abducted by strangers. And that's why it's so important to have a great partner like Canon. The most important tool when it comes to the recovery of a missing child is a photo of that child. So Canon does a great job telling parents and educating them to keep updated photos of their child. That could be the tool that helps recover that child as quickly as possible. And getting that information out to parents is key. There's great safety tips out there for parents, but an updated photo of that child is one great tool to have.
And Christine, can you tell us about the relationship between NCMEC and Canon and how that started up?
Sure. So over 20 years ago, one of our executives, Mr. John Arnos, brought the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to our attention. And we immediately got behind this organization, and we applaud the work that they do. Amazing to try to reunite missing children with their families. So we're here today in strong partnership with NCMEC to drive awareness of missing children, and we're launching a new campaign.
So let's talk about that. That's right. There's a social media campaign that's launching this week. And so how do people get involved, and what are the details?
Sure. So the campaign we're launching is going to be on social media platforms. And one of the key components is a 90-second film called The Hardest Job in the World. And it shows realistic moments from everyday life, but it also captures the unthinkable when a child can potentially go missing. We're trying to bring awareness to parents of the fact that a child can go missing at any time, anywhere, and this can happen to any child. So with summer right around the corner, vacations being planned, outings to the park and the beach, we want to make this top of mind for parents to keep a watchful eye on their children.
All right. As we finish up here, what are some tips or so for people out there? Just a few tips. Safety tips to protect our children.
Well, there's many tips for parents, whether it's online or in the real world. And again, having that photo of the child is very important. Having ongoing conversations with your child about safety. You know, what you're talking to your youngest kid about safety isn't necessarily what you're talking to your oldest child about, especially when it comes to online safety. You know, the internet has created life for the better in so many ways, but there's new ways to exploit children. And so parents can't also always be there, and that's why it's important not only to have those conversations, but to empower their children with safe and smart decision making.
I appreciate you guys joining us, and thank you for the work you're doing. Where can our viewers go to get more information?
So viewers can go to canon.missingkids.org, and they can make a difference and a donation.
And a special thanks to Canon for that amazing program.